This is one of the complicated cases I have handled in my life. This is a 3 months post therapeutic PK done for a perforation of the corneal ulcer. 1 month after the post-op, he started developing a mature cataract and a festooned pupil, as you can see. So I'm planning this surgery under topical anesthesia, phaco. The initial plan is to make the 2 ports on either side and to release the adhesions between the anterior capsule and the iris. Now I'm putting the oculant so that the iris is anesthetized. Now what I'm doing is try to release the adhesions between the iris and the anterior capsule. What I'm doing now is, without putting the visco, I am just holding the irrigation probe in my left hand so that the AC is formed and releasing the adhesions. The reason why I'm doing this step is I need to stain the capsule for me to get a perfect rhexis. So I can't do it under the visco this step and then stain the capsule because it becomes patchy. So that is why I do this step before putting the visco or before putting the blue. Patient is quite comfortable since I have put oculant and waited for about 2 minutes for it to take an effect. Now say you have seen, as you can observe, the whole adhesions are released. Now we go and stain the capsule under a air bubble so that it is uniformly stained. The capsule is uniformly stained. Now I'm putting the main port. I'm just going behind the blue limbus, the scleral incision, because I didn't want to touch the host graft junction. Putting a small incision and taking a 2.8 millimeter keratome and making sure it is a long tunnel than the short tunnel, because the integrity of the tunnel will be compromised if it is a short tunnel. So make the main port. Now what I'm doing is stretching the pupil, this festoon pupil, into say around 7 or 8 millimeters so that I can get the rhexis properly. I'm not using the iris hooks here because I didn't want to make extra side ports because the integrity of the cornea is really compromised here. Then we go ahead and do the rhexis. I'm doing the rhexis under viscoat. As you can see, this is a very intumescent cataract. So what I do is I just initiate the flap and go inside the lens material and suck away the excess fluid which is there in the lens. As you can see in this step, I am sucking away the excess of fluid which is there in the lens and then continuing on to doing the rhexis. Once the intralenticular pressure has decreased and my rhexis becomes that much more easier. And I complete the rhexis using a Utrata. Now I have got a clean circular 6 millimeters rhexis. The few phaco challenges what we face is, since the tunnels are long, since the sign port tunnel and the main port tunnels are long, it is quite difficult for me to get the complete chop. But still, even if I am getting a partial chop, it is not a very difficult cataract to do the phaco end because it is quite soft. It is not a very hard cataract. But to get a perfect chop here becomes a little bit difficult because it is a long tunnel and it is a scleral tunnel. Both my phaco probe and my main port is long, and it is a little bit difficult to get that angle to get the correct chop. But I have got a chop now. Once you get the first chop, it is quite easy to get the next chops. In between the phaco, I am making sure I put the chondroitin sulfate and sodium hyaluronate so that the endothelium is not compromised. Rest of the procedure becomes simple. Once you get the first chop and once you eat the first piece, the second and third piece becomes easy, and I complete the phaco without any hassles. As you can see, there is very little cortex left, so I wanted to put in the lens. I usually put the lens under irrigation, but I decided to put it under visco since it is a complicated case and I didn't want to compromise any step. I wanted to just follow the textbook steps. So I am putting a hydrophobic single piece IOL. This is going into the bag now. As you can see, it is nicely sitting into the bag now. I usually prefer to keep it under in the vertical plane, but I didn't want to do more manipulations here. I left it horizontal, and now comes the visco removal part. as you can see, each and every step was difficult, but if you can do it confidently, and if you can take a little bit precautions in complicated case also, you can do the case as a regular case. Any more suggestions from your side is welcome. Please comment below if you have any suggestions to improve my procedure. Thank you.